Hi, I'm Margie Patchett, Executive Director of Volusia Tax Reform. We've invited all the candidates running for Volusia County Council to visit with us and answer questions pertaining to the issues facing today's voters. These are their answers. In 2003, the Volusia County total budget was $370 million. Last year, it was $698 million, an increase of $41 million each year. How are we better off considering this increase in spending by Volusia County? And do you think the quality of life in Volusia has increased here in the same proportion?
I don't know that we're necessarily better off, and that's always a subjective area for people. The quality of life issue, from my personal opinion, is really our elected officials do not have that much to do with our quality of life that we have here in Volusia County. The main reason people move to Volusia is this wonderful ocean that we border with the nice beaches, and then on the west side we border the St. Johns River, and in between we have all these nice spring-fed areas. None of our elected officials had anything to do with that, which is the main draw with bringing people here. The quality of life issue, I think, that we're suffering the most in Volusia is, we don't have jobs out here. We need new leadership that's focused more on bringing jobs to the entire county. The east side, it seems like a lot of the job base is centered around the big events. When you look at the economic spikes, they spike way high during the speed weeks or bike weeks and those type of events. They're kind of short-term jobs. Over the west side of the county, especially the southwest part of the county, it's been kind of the neglected area of the county. And it's the area that's closest to the most sustainable jobs that Central Florida has to offer. When you look at Orlando, that was kind of the economic hub of Central Florida, and South Seminole County became the bedroom community to Orlando. And then corporations started to figure out, hey, there's a highly educated workforce in South Seminole County, and that was the genesis of the Maitland Center, and then the Heathrow project, and then Primera, and then the Colonial Properties project at 46A. Well, right now, 70 to 80% of our workforce in Southwest Volusia drives over the bridge every day in Seminole and Orange County, because you can get higher paying jobs to raise your family on. As a result, Volusia County is losing that part of its economy every single day, which lowers the entire county's standard of living. There's not enough tax revenue to pay for the projects that we have that are ongoing now.
How would you approach getting more jobs for Volusia County?
Well, I think have more of a focus there, and what I mean by focus is not redirect tax dollars to growing it there. I think we need to remove a lot of the barriers that businessmen face each day. We need to streamline the approval process to make it a lot easier for a business that says, hey, we're interested in relocating to your county. What do I need to do to get from point A to point B? And if you let them know that up front, they're pretty good at navigating through those waters. If every time they come back before the county council or even the municipal councils, that delays their project, stretches it out. I know there's horror stories on our side of the county that it goes 18 months and the guys just walk away from the process, and a lot of that has a lot to do with the type of people we elect who aren't really comfortable making decisions in those type of arenas. And when you're not comfortable making decisions in those type of arenas, you go the path of least resistance, which is always no.
With property values falling, how do you see the county making up the shortfall?
Part of that, it's been interesting to me that they've been able to reduce spending to where they are now. And it's one of those things where they've been forced to do that because the revenue stream isn't there. And I use the term revenue stream loosely when we're talking about taxes. I still think there's things we can do better and would shift the tax burden or the cost burden from the taxpayer to private sector. I think we need to take a look at privatizing certain things. The management of the Ocean Center would be a great place to start. roads and bridges. You know, they're private companies that do that better than government agencies, and if we're not building there, we have all this equipment just sitting there rusting, not being upkept to the level it needs to be whenever we do start using that. So there's a number of things we should look at, you know, moving back to the private sector and shifting the cost there. And, you know, they'll probably do a better job of bringing more revenues in as a result of that.
There have been recent allegations of the county violating the sunshine laws, i.e. ECHO. What will you do to ensure that the county is more transparent?
One of the things we need to do is make sure we're careful on who we're electing to these positions. We need to really vet the people and look at their backgrounds. I believe the reason the term career politician was invented is some people need to be in politics to earn a living. You know, for me, you know, I have a career going. I really don't need to be in politics. I've just been fed up with some things and lack of leadership and the challenges I see on my side of the county. And I don't see anybody standing up for our side. And when I say my side of the county, by making the whole body strong, the whole county benefits from that. If there's a weak part of the county, the whole body is going to be suffering. The whole county is going to suffer as a result. So I think we need to elect people that aren't beholden to you know, special interests when you get in there. There are certain industries that have a conflict of interest, truthfully, being in public office. If your business or your entity is beholden to government contracts, maybe you being an elected official isn't the best place for you to be. I know we can't restrict who runs, but as the voting public, we need to really vet the people better and find out what their background is, and if is there some benefit they're going to get from being in public office.